All right, you ready? It's time to get started. We're going to start with what I call the real rudiments. These are the basic strokes we use to play all the patterns we're going to learn. And the first one we're going to learn is a bounce stroke. And it's much like bouncing a ball. So just think about like taking a tennis ball and throwing it down and letting it come up on its own, just like that. So we're going to take the sticks. I want everybody to start with your sticks in an up position like this. And let me clarify, you may have been told never to let your sticks come up. But for this stroke, which is the most basic stroke, you need to start with your sticks in this position. We're going to keep them down later. So right here, and just throw the stick down to the pad or the head, like so. And then let it come back all on its own. So we're throwing it down, let it come back. It's very simple. And this is really just a single stroke roll I'm playing at a very slow tempo. So I am going to demonstrate the first track on the first exercise in lesson 1. Now this is not for you to play along with. All these demonstrations, watch me play it, and then turn your DVD player off, and then get your tracks and practice it yourself, starting with track 1, tempo 1. All right, if you notice, I was playing everything at this height, this stick height. You can play this exercise at many different stick heights. At a half stroke or even softer. Down here, you should practice at several different stick heights. It's all rebound strokes, but at different stick heights. And if you notice, as I get higher, of course, I'm going to be able to get more volume out of the drum. The next exercise I'm going to demonstrate for you is number 3. And this is a typical jazz ride cymbal pattern, so I'm going to play it on a ride cymbal. And the grip's going to be a little different. I'm going to turn my thumbs over, so I'm playing what we call a French grip. But it's still the same stroke. It's a bounce stroke, and I want everything to bounce off of the cymbal. I'm going to play the exercise as is, starting with the right and then going to the left. You can play this on a pad or a ride cymbal on a tabletop. All right, well, let me give you a practice tip. Like on that particular exercise, there's a turnaround at the very end of the exercise to bring you over to the left hand, or to the right hand if you're on the left. So break some of the exercises down. Like take the last measure and just work on the last measure. Make sure you have the sticking down, or the third to last measure. But don't be afraid to break down the exercises, working at 1 measure at a time, 2 measures at a time, and then the whole thing, and then finally putting it with the track. All right, now I'm going to demonstrate exercises 4 and 5 in lesson 1, where you combine the hands, right and left. You're going to have alternating strokes with some doubles, but it's all rebound. So number 4 starts out with one hand, and then we're going to add the other as we go. It goes something like this. All right, I'm going to demonstrate exercise number 5. And if you notice, I'm always tapping my foot. And whether you're playing with the track or without the track, make sure you know where the downbeats are and you're tapping your foot. In fact, a good idea is to play it on the drum set where you're playing the bass drum or the hi-hat and you can hear the downbeat, so you know where the downbeat is. So here's number 5. All right, now I'm going to demonstrate the etude in lesson 1. And these are all rebound strokes. Now some are going to be a little higher than others depending on the dynamic level. So when I'm playing at piano, down here, forte up here.